Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And away we go from East Rutherford. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They run it. It's the rookie out of Michigan State. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 41. Caught by his back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 3rd down, Lawrence to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The right call came in at the right time. Give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. It's his running back. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running for the marker on second. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Bills first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. First down throw. Lawrence dumps it off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Lawrence working from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. T. Higgins, the intended receiver. So they're left facing third and long. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He sends this one to the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills finish up an excellent opening series. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Now, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach right at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did. You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested captures, and he couldn't.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential first down.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Hurts. Pass complete to Duvernay. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets finish off their opening drive. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
He's throwing for it! Oh, he got way too much under that one. Too high, that's incomplete. First touchdown of the game for them, partner, and immediately they go for two. That feels like an analytics-based decision there.
Can I just tell you, I'm kind of tired of analytics. I am. I'm tired of falling on analytics when it fails. Oh, the process was right. Oh, we just didn't get the result. No, I don't like that decision this early in the game. You're going to be chasing that decision in those points.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Trying the right side. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Lawrence throwing here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here we go on 4th, Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
He's on the move. He's running with it. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Escapes the pocket. And he hits the deck after setting him up with 1st and goal. Offense up to the line fast. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has it down close. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Hurts now on 4th. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bills take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, they had one last gasp to try to make something happen here in the red zone, Brock. Just wasn't there. This defense too locked in, coming up with the interception.
Yeah, it's the work they do on those first 3 downs to get to this 4th down, like a pitcher does, to get to an 0-2 count. They know it's their advantage. And once that offense decides to go for it on 4th down, a good chance they're going to get that stop. And oh, by the way, a few style points and added to the stat sheet with the INT.
Putting a receiver in motion. First and 10, it's Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They are facing second down deep on their own end. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now Lawrence on the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
They kick the running back in motion. Going on 4th, here's Lawrence. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Matt Milano in to pick it off. And the Jets take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
On 1st down, Hurts. Completed to his running back. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. Has the New York touchdown. The Jets parlay the interception into points. Jets lining up for another 2-point attempt.
Will line up for a 2-point conversion.
63.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. The 10. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. Sanders defenders all set to send it away. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. Fits it through the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Here's 2nd and 11. Get some space around midfield. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And now they face 2nd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. He's looking deep once again. He's got it inside the 25. And he gets this forward to the 19. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Working inside the red zone. It's caught at the 4. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and goal coming up from the 7. Lawrence to throw it. He's got it. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills take a 4-point lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18.
Trying again following the sack. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker.
It's a gain of 14 yards. Leads to 3rd down and 5.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
This, the snap that's going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence finds Kincaid. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Intercepted in the end zone. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts. Escapes out to the left. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Trying to find Trey McBride. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught for the 1st. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Hurts throwing again. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap for Hurts. St. Brown there to bring it in. They strike for 23 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. He's got him. That's McBride. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Timeout taken by New York. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come up first and 10. They are throwing it again. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to throw. Hurts. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Hurts to throw. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Jets take the lead just before halftime. Trey McBride, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
And he will reach the end zone, so a perfect ending to the first half. They get a touchdown and tack on the two-point try. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He's back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Bills first down.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. Searches from the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts looking to throw. Flush down out to his left. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Defense, relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. Left side into the hands of McBride. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Now, I love that effort, adding as much as possible that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. All right, here we go, second down.
At the 41-yard line.
A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Into the hands of Duvernay. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
The best offenses in the league, and I don't really care what level it is, Kate, they stretch you vertically, and they'll stretch you horizontally. You show them that same look and just push the ball vertical, they'll catch on to it. But you start to mix and match and run these guys across the field, you become dangerous.
Working inside the red zone. Getting out to his left. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. It's second and goal.
63.
Hurts now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Forced out to his right. And he goes down. The Bills got to him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th and goal.
63, pass.
Looking to throw. And he hauls it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets grow the lead coming out of halftime. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. So once again, the Jets going for 2. He's throwing for it. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Brought in right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Oh no, they get him yet again! Mike Samuel makes the play! And the Jets take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
Throwing here, Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And he scores! It's a New York touchdown! The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Hurts setting up to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And they aren't going to get there. He's pushed out of bounds, and the try for two does not work. Sanders all set to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Gets this to Kincaid. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Lawrence working from the gun. He's going to push one deep down there. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills shrinking the lead some in the third. Carlson good on the extra point. And the Bills make it an 11-point ball game. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now Hurts. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He throws a bullet to the center of the big game downfield. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. First down from the red zone. Cut out left. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts throwing again. Brushes him off with ease. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. The Jets take their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. They'll send him up the middle. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Hurts now on 3rd and goal. He's on the move. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Trey McBride, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Now, as they drive forward to win right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come. That is tremendous defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, boy, that is a huge win for the defense.
Chooses to bring this one out. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Lawrence throwing here. That one's cut along the left sideline. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run it from the gun. Into the second level past the 30. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills get it back to within 2 possessions. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down throwing for Hurts. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it. And that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Sanders all set to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brian, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He puts some power on a deep one left. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now it's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut big, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Fourth and forever coming up. Lawrence to throw it. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Buying some time right. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
I love the mobility here. Starts great, escapes pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
Hurts trying again on second down. Buys time, rolling right. Now he takes it. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets put up even more points in a win. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lawrence looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Lawrence now off the play action. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
1st down, Bills.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Bills hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first. Working inside the red zone. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills putting up points in a game decided. T. Higgins, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
He's throwing for it. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way. And it leaves 2 points on the table.
And the Jets are able to recover the kick. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. For the sideline, and McBride's got it. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in, too. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Just 1 yard on 1st and goal. Still 4 yards to go on 2nd.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Gotta hurry this to the line. A play fake now hurts to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. The Bills getting close, and they take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
That right there, Kate, that right there has all the armchair quarterbacks going. Why didn't you run it? Because you take a risk when you throw it. And if you take a sack, well, now you got to kick the field goal. If you would have pounded the football, got a little bit closer, you at least give yourself a decision on 4th. I don't think you do now.
And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Jets lining up for another 2-point attempt. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Sanders all set to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lawrence working from the gun. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Nearly an interception on that play. And it's going to be second down. Now Lawrence. The throw left side, caught by Neighbors. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. So the win goes to the Jets. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.